James William Jimi Heselden OBE was a British entrepreneur. A former coal miner, Heselden made his fortune manufacturing the Hesco bastion barrier system. In 2010, he bought Segway Inc., maker of the Segway personal transport system. Heselden died in 2010 from injuries apparently sustained falling from a cliff while riding his own product. His estate, bequeathed to his widow and family, was worth over £340 million and he was ranked in the top 400 members of the Sunday Times Rich list. Early life: Heselden grew up in the Halton Moor district of Leeds, West Yorkshire, England. At the age of 15, Heselden left Osmundthorpe Secondary Modern School to work as a labourer and then at collieries in Temple Newsam and Lofthouse. He lost his job in the wave of redundancies that followed the 1984 Euro 85 miners' strike and spent his redundancy money on renting a workshop and, at first, setting up a sandblasting business. He then worked on developing and patenting a collapsible wire mesh and fabric container, now called Hesco Bastion, to be used for building flood management and to limit erosion. Career: in 1989, Heselden founded Hesco Bastion Limited to manufacture containers of the same name. Filled with sand or earth, they quickly found favour with the armies of several countries, as they allowed effective blast walls, barriers and revetments to be quickly constructed. Made in Hesco's factory in Leeds, these were shipped in great numbers to conflict zones, including Kosovo, Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as later being used for flood defences at New Orleans. He was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire in the 2006 Queen's Birthday Honours, for services to the defence industry and to charity. Philanthropy: in 2008, Heselden donated £1.5 million to the Help for Heroes Fund through a charity auction bid for 9 people to fly with the Red Arrows and, in the same year, set up the Hesco Bastion Fund in his home city with a £10 million donation to the Leeds Community Foundation. A further £3 million was added to the foundation in 2009 and an additional £10 million in 2010. Death: at 11:40 a.m. on September 26, 2010, West Yorkshire Police received reports of a man falling 80 feet or 42 feet into the River Wharfe, at the village of Thorpe Arch near Boston Spa, apparently having fallen from the cliffs above. The fall from a narrow footpath was witnessed by a man walking his dog nearby. A Segway vehicle was recovered and Heselden was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics. Investigators said, "At this time we do not believe the death to be suspicious, and were investigating as to whether there was a fault with his particular machine or it was driver error." On October 4, 2010, at an inquest at Leeds Coroner's Court, Coroner David Hinchliffe reported that a post-mortem examination had concluded that Heselden had suffered multiple blunt force injuries of the chest and spine consistent with a fall whilst riding a gyro bike. Recording a verdict of accidental death, West Yorkshire Coroner David Hinchliffe told Heselden's family, "I think it's probable I think typical of me and the type of man he was he held back and waited as an act of courtesy to allow Mr. Christie more room. In so doing, he's attempted to reverse the Segway back. As a result of that he's got into difficulty." See also, List of unusual deaths. References. External links, in memoriam, Jimi Heselden OBE 1948 to Euro 2010 HescoNews.com. September 27, 2010. Archived from the original on October 1, 2010.